Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well on this fine Tuesday evening. Hi, Anna Banana. How you doing? Hi, honey. Thank you for checking on me. I appreciate it. Actually, his appointment was canceled, Anna Banana, but thank you. That's very kind of you to check in. He's fine. They actually canceled his appointment. Yep. So now he has to wait and reschedule sometime in the new year. So it is what it is. Yeah, they canceled it at, like, what time did they call? Like 7:30 in the morning or something like that? 7:45, something. Yeah, you want to do it January 24th, not December 20th. That's too close to the holiday. I'm already in enough of a dizzy. You do that and I'll freak out completely. And you don't want to do it then in case, people go on holidays and stuff, and what if you have a problem, right? All right, get back to your game, dear. Thank you for checking on me. I appreciate it. So there's lots of shows going on, so I don't know how many people are going to show up. I'm sorry about canceling last night. I do want to talk about that in a little bit if more people run in, or come in. I should say not run in, but pop in. Just shuffling up my cards here. So, I love you too, dear. I will. Thank you so much. What was I going to say? So, yeah, so tomorrow. Oh, hi there. I don't really, I just throw oracle cards. I don't really read on anything. But that's very kind of you to join us. I hope you're doing well on this fine Tuesday. I'm sorry. I was gonna just ask you if everything was okay, because you came into the chat and then you left so quickly. So it's raining in Santa Fe where you are. It's funny, Thayer. I was literally just going to say, I always, for whatever reason, say the temperature here. I live in Canada, in Ontario specifically. And for some reason, my temperature is sitting in Fahrenheit and not in Celsius. So, oh, hi, Floating. I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. But thank you for joining us. I hope you're going to be okay. So it says that we're sitting at 35 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's not raining. It's not really doing anything. We've had some really weird weather here lately. Like a week ago, we were sitting at minus 12 Celsius, which is like 19 or something Fahrenheit. And now today we're sitting at I think like 6 or 7 degrees. And I think on Thursday we're supposed to be at 14 degrees Celsius. So I'm not sure what's going on, but apparently we're supposed to be getting snow this weekend. So who knows? Climate change, climate change, climate change, and more climate change is all I can say. So I have you guys here. Next in the series is tomorrow, December 15th at 3 p.m. We have Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden coming to visit. She will be talking about crystals and all things crystal, which should be very helpful and very informative. And on Thursday, we have Kathleen J. Lightworker. She's going to come and do like a mini shadow reading on me, and then talk to everybody about shadow readings and what they consist of, and the benefits of them and how we can use them to figure out potential blocks, etc. So that is very interesting. Now I do need to apologize to everybody. Well, I feel the need to apologize. I have been struggling as of lately. That isn't really a secret. My anxiety has reared its ugly head, which is not really uncommon at this time of the year for me. Just anticipating, seeing family. Is that going to be okay? Long trips in the car, which I don't do. Going to people's houses, which I don't do. Because I don't leave my own house. Our COVID numbers here in Ontario are the highest that they've been in 7 months. So that is great cause for concern. So I don't even know if Christmas is going to happen in terms of visiting other people. I bit off more than I can chew when I said that I would be here, Sunday through Thursday, and then doing all those other shows on top of it. I have totally thrown myself right out of any sense of routine that I have. And if you know anything about anxiety, that's not a good thing to do. I need routine, and I need to have like a schedule. And I am barely sleeping and barely eating. And when I do eat, it's like at midnight or, whatever. And I'm all over the place. And the last thing that I want to do is come on here and not be okay, right? So I do apologize for canceling my live last night, but I think while we continue this series, I'm gonna just try to pop on whenever I can. I wanna be here with you guys. And oh, hello, Quincy. Oh, no, honey. Oh, sorry, cat on the desk. Come here, sweetheart. Mommy can't see anything, and please don't walk on the keyboard or step on the cards. Come here. Come on. No. Come on. You can do it. Good boy. Come here. Come on. Oh, those cards are going to land on the floor. I just know it. Good boy, Quincy. Good boy. All right, there you go. What a good boy. So we started putting up the Christmas tree, and of course the cats are, already one branch has been chewed off. So But this is for Thayer, who hasn't met Quincy yet. Look up, say hello. This is Quincy. This is one of my 3 kitty cats. We have Quincy, and we have Quincy's sister Charlotte, and then we have Austin, who is our oldest cat. Quincy and Charlotte are just about 1.5 years old, and Austin is almost 8. He's our big tabby cat. So where was I? So I just want to apologize. I don't want to let anyone down, but I also don't want to show up and not be present, if that makes sense. And the whole purpose of starting this channel, the whole purpose of doing what I'm doing here is trying to achieve my overall wellness. And we create a safe space here where we chat about what our issues are and whatever our problems are, and we try to help each other. And I don't want to come here and not be able to do that for you. So I hope that you will support me. Let me just get through the next couple of weeks, and then we'll try to work out a schedule that fits everybody. So having said that, what else do I have to say? Oh, right. I was saying we put up the Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, you guys. So it's a new Christmas tree. I don't know how to put it up by myself. So can you see the paw? The cat's attacking the chair. So already one branch has been chewed off, and it's only been up for 20 minutes. So that's awesome. And that's stressing me out. I haven't got my Christmas stuff up yet, and there's bins and boxes everywhere, and clutter does not do well with me. So there's just all kinds of things, pointing at me, going come on, Cal, get your act together. So I took today and I emptied out a bunch of the Christmas boxes and the Christmas bins, and washing things up, and that was a really, really good start. I made a pretty good stab at it, and then I got super tired, and I laid down at 1 p.m. or just shortly after that. I put a Christmas movie on, and I woke up at 6. So apparently I was tired. Hi, Bronx Sage. How are you? Oh, you have a new kitten. I think I saw your kitten there in when you were with Allie. It's like an orange tabby stripe cat. Looks very cute. How old is the kitten? Oh, you have a wind advisory there flowing. Wow. Yeah, we had when the tornadoes were going through Kentucky, we had 75 to 100 kilometer an hour winds here. So it literally shook the house. So I hope that you're going to be safe. And thank you for understanding. I appreciate it very much. And thank you, Thayer. I am trying to be myself. So sometimes that is more difficult than people realize, right? Okay, let's pull a card and let's get started. This is I was listening to some Christmas music tonight, you guys, while I was getting ready here. Something that I do when I get ready, I play music. Excuse me. And I listened to one of my favorite songs, which is Dean Martin. It's Marshmallow World. I can't really explain it to you other than when I hear that song, it makes me think of my family, right? I all of our family celebrations and traditions, and it's just it takes me right back. I love that song. And I was also listening to another song, which I would love it if you guys could check it out. There is a video on YouTube of Jessica Simpson with Trey Lorenz, who most people know from singing with Mariah Carey, famously the I'll Be There song by Michael Jackson, or by the Jackson 5, sorry, not Michael Jackson. Anyhow, he and Jessica Simpson did a recording of Oh Holy Night, It is really good. So I was listening to that. Oh, the kitten's name is William. That's such a cute name. I love that. I don't know how old he is. Old enough to have fun, right? These Quincy and Charlotte. They're nuts as fruitcakes. Love them to bits, but they're nuts as fruitcakes. On a banana. You didn't read it wrong, love. You didn't read it wrong. So originally I had scheduled the lives, the oracles and stuff from Sunday to Thursday. I was here Sunday, I was here Monday. I wasn't here. No, I was here Sunday, I wasn't here Monday. I'm here today. So, and I know that you guys will help me, and that's why I'm here. So, question. Did anybody watch the show that I did with Ron yesterday on inner child work? Fascinating topic, something that I'm not really familiar with, if I was being honest. I did do some background research on it, just so that I had a general understanding, and it seems to me that the concept of it is very much like mirror work in terms of from what I understand, you can sort of how do I articulate this? You can sort of make up your script as you go, or fit your script to the situation that you are actually in, if that makes sense. So if you haven't watched it yet, I do encourage you to watch it. It was very, very interesting, and I think it could be helpful for a lot of people. I most definitely, when we get beyond the holidays, I'm actually going to look at doing that myself. The first card we have out from the Guiding Light Oracle, we have Kindred Souls. And it struck me that I flipped this over on it just as you wrote the comment that you created this channel so that we can help each other. So apparently this is talking to your point. So I appreciate that. Message on the card. You are currently experiencing many changes in your relationships and friendships. And if there is any truth to that card, I just feel more, I feel more supported and more loved. I mean, I actually got 2 emails between yesterday and today, from people within this community reaching out and asking me if I was okay. And I mean, honestly, it's bringing tears to my eyes, because that's a new thing for me to experience, that people, actually give a crap when they say that they do, if you know what I mean. So that was lovely. Bronx, you had an early night last night. Flowing says yes, it was a good conversation. I'm glad that you enjoyed that, Flowing. Or well, not. I don't know that you enjoyed it, but you got something out of it. Anna Banana says sometimes a little bit of laughter helps with stress. You just need to limit the length of your lives. Personal schedule will understand. Yeah, I mean, once I get on here with you guys, I'm having a great time. It's not the being on here. It's just what I'm doing in between, right? That's my problem. I'm in, and what I don't want to do is slide backwards. That's my biggest fear, right? So because I've made such great progress, so I just have to take some time and be kind to myself, and get my stuff together. Get my stuff together. So what was I going to say to you guys? Oh my gosh, you guys. Here's what I was going to say. So on the front of my house, I have like a little porch deck kind of thing, right? Want to decorate it. And do you think that I could I mean, honestly, that's how I know I'm not okay. As I told you guys, when I moved to this house, it was a fixer-upper. We came here on the night of inspection, and I sat out in the backyard with 4 foot grass at a rickety old picnic table and drew what we were going to do to this house, literally in that moment. So normally I have good creative juices is my point, right? But do you think I can figure out how to decorate the railing of the deck? Nope. Oh my gosh. So I ordered all this stuff like 2 weeks ago. It's been sitting here. I can't work it out. I can't figure it out. Every time I go to do it, I'm like, I'm not into it. I don't care. And that was one of the indicators where I'm like, okay, Kelly needs to take a step back because I'm blocked. You know what I mean? Anyways, I think I figured it out. And so what I would like to do, I don't know if you guys would be into this or not, but what I'd like to do is once I get everything done, so I'm thinking like maybe Friday or Saturday, I'll pop on, we'll do a live, but we'll do it from the living room. And you know, we'll just have a nice chat. We'll toss some cards around as we normally do. And you guys can see, you know, the holidays in action at my house. We'll just have a different atmosphere, that's all. From the Soul's Journey, I have pulled Growth. I love that image on that card. It says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I don't know that I want to, but I feel that I need to, if this card is speaking to me. I definitely need to remind myself to work outside of my fear, right? All right, my friends. So I wrote down some more trivia questions for us because we seemed to enjoy those the other night. And I don't know why, but the trivia questions I found were, I mean, they were kind of silly. But maybe we can find a few fun ones to do while we are shuffling along here. I know there's lots going on tonight. There's lots of shows out there, so I appreciate y'all joining me. All right, let us pull a color card and see what we've got. We've got Scarlet. Attract success. Scarlet, attract success. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I believe that I've said this before when we've pulled that same card. You know, success is, to me, is not material success. And when I hear that word, I don't really ever think of material success. I often think of, you know, my heart, the contentment. Like that, to me, that's success. If I am content in my life, I feel like I'm successful. I'm good, if that makes sense. Bronx Sage says, I sometimes put the lights up and leave it at that, or the lights inspire more. And yeah. I've told this before. So we moved here at the end of the summer. By the time that Christmas rolled around the first time, the house hadn't even, I mean, we still had like doors, like, you know, leaning in places, and floors weren't done, and, you know, because of the total fixer-upper. When the next Christmas came around and we were ready for Christmas, that was just before the pandemic happened, and, you know, so that was lovely, and here we are. So we haven't really had a Christmas here, if you know what I mean. Like a full-on Christmas, if that makes sense. Oh, somehow my mouse got moved out of the way, but that's when Quincy was on my desk. And now I've covered up my comments and I can't see them. Hey, Ron, how you doing, love? Alrighty, so let us pull from the Zodiac Moon Oracle. Sorry, from Quincy being on the desk, my nose is seriously itchy. Oh, the cat hair, you guys. I'm allergic to cats, just so everyone knows, and I have 3 cats. So, quite often you'll see me doing this, and that's because of the cat hair. All right, let us see what we have. We have Eclipse in Sagittarius. What a glorious image that is. That's the second growth card that we've had. Growth. Success after a setback. I think these cards are more for me than they are for you guys, but if I was being honest. All good things. All good things, my friends. Okay, let's pull out a trivia question. Okay. I thought this was a funny question. I mean, because it's fun. What is the rarest M&M color? What is the rarest M&M color? Oh, you had a headache after a rough day of school? Are you feeling better now, Bronx? You think that's a perfect card? Good on a banana. I'm glad. What is the rarest M&M color? Hi, Jalicia. How you doing? I want to thank the people that reached out to me to check to make sure that I'm good. I really and truly appreciate your kindness. And I don't want to go on about it, but I did want to say that I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm having a bit of a moment. And I'm gonna have to scale back the Sunday to Thursday live Oracle chats, even though I thoroughly enjoy them, just until we get past the holidays and all those extra shows that I'm doing. And then once we're on the other side of January in the new year, we can set up a schedule where it'll be, a little easier for me to navigate. So I appreciate, all your understanding and your support. You guys are awesome. Okay, so Thayer says green, Bronx says purple. Question is, if Jalicia and Ron want to get into it, what is the rarest M&M color? Thank you, Jalicia. I appreciate it. And Anna says, I had my setback yesterday, then went to mediumship class today, and it just flowed during practice section. Awesome. That's fabulous, Anna Banana. Good for you. All right, we ready for the big reveal? I think you guys will think this is funny when I tell you what the color is, because I was like, really? It's brown. Apparently, brown is the rarest M&M color. I mean, who knew, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. What was the first toy that was advertised on television? What was the first toy? I'm assuming in the US. But what was the first toy that was advertised on TV? The first toy advertised on TV. Right there, they are all brown. All right, we're going to pull a Language of Flower card while we're waiting for that answer. What was the first toy advertised on TV? We have Bird of Paradise, self-acceptance. You are so much more. I mean, first of all, that is a gorgeous flower, Bird of Paradise. I'm not sure how many of us have seen one up close and personal. They're gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. You self-acceptance, you are so much more. I love that. You are so much more. Well, don't we all need that reminder? Okay. We've got Pet Rock. Good one, Bronx. Anna says Slinky. Any more guesses? I'll give you a hint. How about a hint? Believe it or not, it was talked about in news within probably the last, I'm going to say 2 years. Oh, is it, Bronx? Wonderful. It's gorgeous flower. Gorgeous flower. like very unique looking, I guess is my point. My favorite flower is a hydrangea. Creepy clowns, right? It is Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head was the first toy advertised on TV, which I thought was odd. I don't know why I thought that was odd, but I thought it was odd. All right, from Mini Chakra Love deck, we have the Throat Chakra Expression. Whoops, sorry. I dropped the card right in front of the camera there. Sorry about that. We have Expression. Express your true self. The world needs you. Express your true self. The world needs you. Well, isn't that beautiful? I love that. Express your true self. The world needs you. Well, apparently he does stand the test of time, right, Bronx? Talicia says, I like hydrangeas too, especially the snowball hydrangeas. There are so many kinds of hydrangeas, and I'll be the first to admit I did not know that. I just find them beautiful, like, you know, because there's so many different varieties and they come in such, you know, beautiful flower like colors. I'm not really partial to one or the other, but I have them at my old house. I had them all over my backyard. Here I've incorporated a couple. All right, Thea, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good rest and sweet dreams. All right. What year was the first Air Jordan sneakers released? In what year were the Air Jordan sneakers first released? Oh, I don't think the world wants me expressing myself anymore. Oh, don't say that. Don't ever say that. You continue to express yourself. Bronx says, I love amaryllis. I don't know what an amaryllis is. I don't think. I'll look through the deck and see if it will give me a hint. Anna Banana, you are on it. Wow. 84. 84 is the year that the first Air Jordan sneakers were released. Good job. Good job on a banana. Whoops. And we have a card out. Oh, okay. Christmas flowers. Thank you, Bronx. We have Bear from the Archangel Animal deck. Bear. Use power with wisdom. Use power with wisdom. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Well, I'm not going to ask you guys which country per capita consume the most chocolate, because I think you probably know. All right, I'll ask. What country do you think consumed per capita the most chocolate? Or consumes the most chocolate? Oh, that's cool on a banana. That's funny, Bronx. Yeah. So the country that consumes the most chocolate per capita is Switzerland. I didn't think that was going to be. I consume the most chocolate. All right, you win. Bronx wins. Bronx for the win. Okay. Which Disney film? Can you see these cats going crazy here? Honestly. Which Disney film features the song When You Wish Upon a Star? Which Disney film features the song When You Wish Upon a Star? which of course you're all singing now in your head. Because I am. So I know that you guys are. Oh, and we have, from the secret language of color, we have green. Look at that. Green. Revitalize your nervous system. Hello, Linda. How are you, my love? Green. Revitalize your nervous system. I just want to look at that image for a hot minute. Isn't that beautiful? Because the only green I'm looking at is my fake Christmas tree right now. Otherwise, it's all white. White, white, and more white. White, white, and more white. So we're asking, yes, Bronx. Nice job. Nice job. Is that your favorite color, Linda? That was my mother's favorite color as well, green. And you know what's funny about that? Because it was my mother's favorite color, it was everywhere. It was like green exploded in my house. And so as a kid, like I liked green, but I would never put green on, and I would never decorate my house with green, except for at Christmas. Because my mother kind of wore out the green for me, if I was being honest. And then all of a sudden, you know, my mother passed, and all of a sudden I've reignited my passion for green. And when I take you guys out to the living room and, you know, in a couple of days, and we look at the stuff, as I was saying earlier, you will notice that I'll probably show it to you, but I redid, my husband's grandparents gave us their china cabinet when they passed. And I, you know, redid the china cabinet, and inside I painted it a green color, which was really weird because it doesn't really go with anything, but that was what I did. And I have a chair of my grandmother's that I've redone it twice, but the first time I did it green. So who knew, right? They say that green is the, like if you're I'm trying to think of the way to word this. That geniuses, people that are like really intelligent, often find themselves surrounded in a room that's decorated a lot in green. Let's just say that. Okay, so Lucy says her favorite color is green as well. Bronx says I like green on money plants and veggies only. Nice. I love it. Linda says same here. I didn't like it after that, but now I like it again. Anna says you can keep your veggies. Girl, I'm all about the vegetables. And I do love it on plants too. And my husband, you guys, he loves himself some green grass. Where we used to live years ago, our first home, he would drive up the street and he would be like, I have the sexiest grass on the street. He was all about his grass. It was all about the grass. Nothing makes him happier than to see like a nice, lush, almost like golf course, like green grass, perfectly trimmed and cut and manicured and so forth. He loves it. Who knew? Eclipse in Virgo we have here from the Zodiac moon deck. Reorganization. Look at the image on that. Isn't that glorious? Choose duties and responsibilities carefully. Nice. Even if I liked veggies, I can't have them. Oh, really? That's interesting. Ew, Bronx, gross. They're also the color of Quincy's eyes. And he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Yeah, I love me my veggies. Although you'd never know it from the size of me, but I like my veggies. To me, dinner isn't complete unless there's vegetable. At about 12, I could taste chemicals on them no matter how much I wash them. Oh, hello, Sin. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad that you're here, my dear. Absolutely. Nothing like making a grand entrance. I'm just kidding. We are happy that you joined us. So friends, I just want to say again, now that there's a few more people in here, that, I do apologize for canceling the live last night. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just my anxiety rearing its ugly head. It's, we're getting close to Christmas, and that's always, I find Christmas, like the onset of Christmas, makes me very antsy, but once I get into it, then I'm okay. I don't know what's going to happen with visiting anyone. Just the idea of getting in the car and going on a long trip. I mean, it's like 4 and a bit hours round trip to visit with my sister. If I go anywhere, we haven't been able to do that because of COVID. So if we are going to visit, that's what we would be doing. And of course, our numbers here in Ontario are climbing. We just had the highest number that we've had in almost 7 months today. So that's kind of scary. That's making me nervous. And I just feel like a little discombobulated, right? My schedule's all messed up. So I don't know when to eat. I don't know when to, like last night, I didn't eat anything all day yesterday. Until was that yesterday? Yeah, I didn't eat anything all day yesterday. I had a sleep. I literally walked in here and canceled the live, and I laid down, and I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning or 12:58 or something stupid like that. And that's when I made my dinner. It was at 1 in the morning. And then I woke up at 6. I fell asleep shortly after I ate, which is not good. I woke up at 6:30 this morning, and I was unpacking boxes, and I was feeling good because I had nothing on the schedule for today. And then at 1 p.m. I was just like, I'm gonna fall over. I need to lay down immediately. I was it hit me doing like that. And I went to sleep, and I woke up at just after 6. So my sleep pattern's all thrown off. I don't know when I'm eating, and my anxiety's getting the better of me because I feel bad, because I don't want to let you guys down or myself, right? But I also don't want to show up here and not be present, because it's important to me that I am here, because this doesn't work unless you guys do your part and I do my part, and together we make this situation happen. You know what I mean? So I think for the next 2 weeks, while I finish up all these shows in the series, I'm just going to pop on to do the oracles in the chat, when I feel like I can, instead of Sunday through Thursday, because that was a lot without realizing it, right? And then once we get on the other side of the new year, we'll work out a schedule that fits us better. So I just wanted to say that. Also, don't forget, tomorrow's Nancy Jean at 3 p.m. and then Thursday is Kathleen at 5 p.m. To do the shadow readings. All right. And we will get on with it. And thank you. I appreciate, all the support that I've gotten. You guys are awesome. A couple people reached out and sent me emails, through yesterday and today to make sure that I was okay. And I mean, honestly, I'm very touched. It's been a long time since I really felt like people actually gave 2 craps about me. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, Jalicia. Anxiety is what it is. And I wasn't I'm not panicking or anything like that. If anything, I'm going like this, I'm going down. And I just feel really blah. I have no energy. I have no motivation. I don't really care about anything. And I'm just kind of walking around kind of in a fog, right? I'm not depressed. I'm not, wanting to, jump in front of the traffic or anything like that. So please, don't think that. I've never actually had those kind of thoughts, just as an FYI. But I have a tendency to bury my head in the sand when things start to, when I feel like the walls are closing in. I have a tendency to curl up in a ball and hide, rather than deal with it. and this is a little something I'm going to say to you, and I don't know if you've heard me say it or not, but I do want you to remember this because I'm telling myself this at the same time. Avoidance breeds anxiety. Say that with me. Avoidance breeds anxiety. So the more that you bury it, the more that you procrastinate, the more that you put it off, the worse you're actually making it for yourself. The problem is, or the trick to it, is to be able to get yourself in a position where you have the, where was the card? Use your power with wisdom. So I have to find and pick my moment when I'm going to come out swinging at it, right? When I'm going to take my power back. And then I'm going to choose my duties and my responsibilities carefully so that I don't overwhelm myself, because that's when the panic will set in, right? So, as I said, I think I'm pulling cards for myself and you're all watching me. So that isn't that lovely? Hi, Herc. How are you, love? Okay, so I just want to scroll up here and catch what you guys are saying. Okay, so Jalecia says, I tend to feel so bad when I know your anxiety is high and I can't do anything to help. And again, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jalecia. But please don't feel bad. But I do know what you mean. Sin says, we understand if you need rest, especially this holiday month. Take it easy. Thank you so much. We all need a little extra TLC, right? Linda says, all the changes going on in the world has disrupted our every routine. 100%. Bronx says, I know what you mean about the anxiety. I'll sit in the car sometimes outside of work saying I should go back home. Bronx, when that happens to you, and forgive me, I don't mean to center you out, but you shared, so I'm gonna try to assist with this. When that happens to you, because that's happened to me, just after my mom and my father passed, I started a job in between that when I was having, 6 panic attacks a day. Probably wasn't the smartest thing I could have done, but anyhow, there you have it. And it would take me sometimes 3 hours to go a 30 to 35 minute drive because I have to pull over. Like I'm so overwhelmed. And it wasn't safe, I felt, for me to be on the road. And so when I have those times, and it's happened before, I've gone to the store and I get into the store parking lot and I literally feel like I'm frozen. I cannot get out of the car and the tears start coming or whatever, right? So this is what I would encourage you to try, because this is what has helped me. Look at yourself in the rearview mirror of the car, right? Your mirror that's above you, or in the one in the sun visor, if you have one. And do a little mini version of mirror work. And so this is what I want you to say to yourself. Not word for word, obviously, but a version of this. You're okay. You're all right. Just breathe. Just breathe. And then I want you to try the tapping, right? And you can do it with me right now. Everyone in here can do it. I could probably use it, so we'll do it together. So while you're looking at yourself in your mirror, try the tapping. Take your fingertips, put them right here underneath your cheekbone, and you just lightly tap. You don't have to say anything. Keep looking at yourself in the mirror. Eye contact in the mirror is the most important part of mirror work, because you're holding yourself accountable without realizing that you're holding yourself accountable, right? You're seeing the inside of you, not the outside. That is the object of mirror work, right? You're lightly tapping. You're going to do this 10, 20, 30 seconds, whatever you feel is necessary. Don't have to say anything. Just tap, right? Then you come down to your collarbone and you tap again. Now, this is when you can start talking to yourself if you feel the need. You're okay. You got this. You're all right. Just take a minute. Just breathe. And that's when you start taking a deep breath in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. And then whatever hand you are, if you're right-handed, your left hand goes, or your right hand goes over your heart. And if you're left-handed, you're left-handed. I don't know why it matters. Whatever's comfortable for you. Small little fist, thumb inside, very loose, and just tap over your heart. You're slowing your breathing down. There's a vagus nerve that goes through, which pumps adrenaline through your system, and you're slowing that down. So what you're doing is you're invoking a calmness throughout your whole body, right? And this tapping, it's what's triggering it. The breathing is helping you to breathe, and then the eye contact in the mirror is keeping you grounded and centered. And then you go underneath your rib cage, right? You try to keep all the counts the same. And then you continue to do that until you feel better. Sometimes it's just one round. Sometimes you might have to do it 3 or 4 times, like 3 or 4 rounds, right? And then you look yourself in the mirror and you say, you got this. You're not alone. I got your back. We can do this. We have the power to do this. You're in control. Not the panic, not the stress, not the anxiety, you. Now, this is just me talking, and I'm not suggesting that you do this, but if I'm being honest about what I'm doing in the mirror, this is what I say. You're in charge here. You tell the panic to F off. There's no room up here for that. Come on, girl. You got this. And I give myself a little wink. I tell myself I love me. I dry my eyes or whatever's necessary, and I get back behind the wheel and get back into traffic. I don't know how helpful that will be, but I encourage you to try it because it definitely worked for me. It got me through so many moments when I didn't know what else to do because I was scared because I was all alone. Okay. Sin says, yesterday I was feeling down for no reason. Anna Banana says, I can relate to that sentiment. Kelly got shit-faced yesterday and got more questions and care from chat members than I did from my own family, right? Sin says, good one, avoidance breeds anxiety. Jay says, hello everyone, happy Tuesday to all of you. Right back at you, my love. Sin says, I tend to procrastinate. Linda says, keep hope and faith in your heart. Everything is moving in the right direction for a better life. Well said, Linda, my friend. Well said. Excuse me. Jalicia, and I a couple of nights ago had a feeling sneak up on me that I generally would have shut down to avoid real quick, and I allowed myself to feel for 1 minute. Progress. Jalicia, that is awesome. Good for you. I love that you let that happen for yourself. So proud of you. Good job. Good job. Oh, you're still bartending? All right. Hello, Miss Candy. I'm sorry that I haven't acknowledged you. I apologize. I was in the middle of a rant and haven't read all my comments yet. Well, not a rant, but I was saying something there. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Martha. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. I hope that you're doing well. Bronx says, thanks, Kelly. I do pep talk myself sometimes. I'll incorporate the tapping in the mirrors. I have a theory, and this is my theory, that when I look myself in the eye, I can't lie to myself. I am holding myself accountable. To me, it's the equivalent of my mother standing in front of me saying, like, what? Right? That's kind of the way I look at it. You're very welcome, Jalicia. It is a big deal. Miss Candy says, no worries. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate it. Who had a birthday? Who had a birthday? Whoever had a birthday, I wish you the very best birthday wishes. The very best birthday wishes. Yeah, so try that. And maybe it'll help. I like I said, I mean, my husband would call me and be like, is everything okay? But I made him a deal. And I don't know if I've ever shared this tip with you or not too, but I made a deal that, because I don't like to ask for help, but I made a deal that if I needed help, I would ask for it. If I was driving to work and it was taking me longer or coming home, I would text him and let him know. And he knew then that I was safe and he didn't need to worry about me. And that I would communicate if I needed help. But most of the time I needed just to sort of like go within myself and try to get myself either talked to the point where I could proceed or talk myself out of it, whatever way you want to look at it. Okay, here's another trivia question while I show you the next card that we have here. What is the softest mineral in the world? What is the softest mineral in the world? From the Soul's Journey, we have abundance. Love that image on this card. Message says, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Love it. Oh, well, happy birthday, Miss Candy. What is the softest mineral in the world? This blew my mind. I was like, really? Would it be bad if I was fact-checking the trivia questions that I was writing down? Because I was like, that can't be right. Yeah, it's not water. It is not water, my friends. Jay, you know what I want? I want an ice cold Pepsi. That's what I want. I want a frosted mug with a lot of crushed ice in it and a Pepsi. That when you pop the lid off, it goes. So there's a lot of fizziness in it. Sin and Martha for the win. It is talc. TALC, talc. That's what it is. Which I was like, what? Really? Come on. That can't be right. Yeah, it's talc. TALC. What is this stuff? I just thought that was really interesting. I mean, I wouldn't even think of it. Okay. Next question. Thank you. What is the smallest ocean in the world? What is the smallest ocean in the world? I mean, there's not that many to choose from, so hopefully we get that right. Well, good evening, Miss Sonia. How are you, my love? I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for popping in to see us. We appreciate it very much. We're doing some trivia questions here where we'll pull in our cards. And I've just asked everyone, what is the smallest ocean in the world? You all, Suzanne is not here. So when we did this on Sunday, Suzanne was kicking butt. And now we have a new person in here. No, Martha and Miss Candy. Martha and Miss Candy for the win there, people. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean in the world. Your bladder is the smallest ocean. Well, Bronx, so far you are eating all of the chocolate, more than Switzerland. And now you're having the smallest ocean. Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right, Herc, do your thing, love. We'll be here. Yep, the Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean in the world. All right. I will pull a color card. We will ask another question. Are we ready, folks? So that means everyone hit their Google buttons like Sonia's asking. Which planet is the hottest of the solar system? Which planet is the hottest in the solar system? Sorry, I apologize. The cats are running. I got reminders, all kinds of things beeping and happening here. Good grief. Never a dull moment at my home, folks. Never a dull moment. From the secret language of color, look at that image. Just stare at that. It's almost like you could smell that right off the card, isn't it? I love that. Lavender. Connect to your body, your mind, and your soul. Collect. Connect to your body, your mind, and your soul. Beautiful card. Love the image of that. Have you guys ever seen some of the pictures that show the fields of lavender where it's just growing and it's like purple everywhere? It's just such a breathtaking sight. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. Venus. Yes, it says she cheated. Well, good evening, Indigo. How are you, my love? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Well, Sin, you are honest if you are nothing, and we appreciate it. And hey, you know what? Sometimes you need a little help. You gotta have a little help. Nothing wrong with that. That's right. Venus is a hot love planet. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm throwing cards all over the place over here. Bear with me while I get my stuff together. It was the comment, the Venus hot love planet, that got me all woohoo. I'm kidding. And we have another one that's popped up. This card apparently wants to be seen. We have Zinnia. Absence. What is not here is the key. What is not here is the key. That's very interesting message. What is not here is the key. If you remember just a few moments ago when I spoke about avoidance breeds anxiety, right? That's what we were talking about. What is not here is key. I just love how this all organically flows together. Blows my mind every time. Oh, thank you, Miss Candy. I appreciate that so much. Okay, next question. Are we ready? All right, let's ask this question. In what year was the first ever Wimbledon championship held? So Wimbledon in the UK, where tennis is normally played. In what year was the first ever Wimbledon championship held? We're looking for the year that Wimbledon championship was held. It's not in the 1900s, folks. There's a hint. From the mini chakra love deck, we have love from the heart chakra. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. I'm sorry. Proc Sage before I was born. You're hysterical. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Love that. Love that. 1877, my friends. 1877. 1977. You know, sometimes I enjoy finding those kinds of things out because, you know, I don't really care about tennis, I'll be honest. I find it a very boring sport. However, in terms of progress, you know, some of us forget. Oh, thank you, Sonia. Look at Sonia working for me there. I love it. I could think of no better assistant, really. I'm just kidding. In terms of progress, when you think about how many people, you know, have watched Wimbledon and what we think of like the modern tennis game, right? And then you think about tennis from back in the day, you know, when you consider the outfits that they had to wear, the rackets that they might have used, right? They didn't have the machines, you know, that they have now. And I just think that's really interesting. Anywho, moving on, my friends, moving on. All right. Most of you should know this question, I would think. And I say that because I'm assuming that most of the moms out there will know this question. Which bone are babies born without? Which bone are babies born without? Yep, let's get those thumbs up, people. Kelly needs the thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up. I can't see that. I'm on StreamYard, so I don't know what the thumbs up even means. Archangel Animal Deck, we have a guinea pig. Guinea pig. Do your part to illuminate the universe. Do your part to illuminate the universe. Do your part to illuminate the universe. Which bone are babies born without? It is the kneecap. You didn't miss much, Delicia. We're just doing our thing, love. Doing our thing. It is the kneecap, according to the trivia answer that I got. It is the kneecap. Seriously, the kneecap. Yes, Linda, Billie Jean King was another trivia question that we did on Sunday. Not sure if you know, but since you brought it up, Billie Jean King was the first ever female ever to grace the pages of Sports Illustrated for Sportsman of the Year. It was Billie Jean King. You're going to show off with that answer? Well, see, that's what I'm saying, right? We do this, and then you take all these answers back, and your friends will be looking at you like, hey, be on my team when we go out and do charades or you know, bar trivia or whatever. Or sometimes you just rattle these random things off, and they're like, wow, that's awesome. How did you know that? And I love what you're saying, Martha, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, but it's the bone, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's a whole other question for a whole other day. Okay. All right, my friends. How many eyes does a bee have? Now, it didn't say what kind of bee. I mean, because there are different versions of a bee. But we will just run with it, right? How many eyes does a bee have? I love it. Jeopardy, here I come. I love that. From the soul's journey, we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Wow. A bee has 5 eyes. I just want to sort of dive into this message for a moment. So the card is grief, and the message is, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I don't know why this is making me emotional. And I've said this before. That message is very important and speaks to me specifically. Everybody knows my story, right? So my mom passed, and the day after my mom passed, I found out my father was terminal, and then my father died. And somewhere in between that, I developed anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. And for 9 3/4 years, even though I've lost so many people in my life, I was solely focused on one person, and I never thought of anybody else. It is so important that you allow yourself to access those emotions, those feelings, obviously in a safe environment, in a safe place, you know, whether it be with a therapist or a support person or someone like that. To access those memories, those emotions, and the wonderful moments that you spent with that person, the memories that you share, which is the connections that you have. I guarantee you that once you allow yourself to access that information, those things that you've got locked away, you will remember good as well as maybe not so good. You know, we've all had that happen to us in one form or another, where something has happened and all we can see is the bad or the ugliest picture of it, right? The ugliest version of it. It is only since, I don't know, last 4, 5, 6 months that I have started thinking about my grandmother, who I loved so dearly and had such a beautiful relationship with, and my grandfather, and my aunt, and my uncle, and my 2 cousins who took their own lives. It is amazing what grief can do to you if you are not taught how to deal with it, if you're not seeking help to deal with it properly. And so that message is very important. And if anybody out there is listening or will ever listen to it that is having an issue dealing with your feelings of grief, number 1, you're not alone. Number 2, please don't beat yourself up. We're not taught this. There's no school lessons taught on how you accept the passing of a loved one, right? Find help. Find help. Find a support person, someone in your family. I don't know about in America, but I know that here in Canada, the funeral homes have grief counseling. If you speak to the person that arranges the funeral, hospitals, your church, or a place of worship, you know, go to the doctor. There are hotlines, there are forum boards. Allow yourself to access those emotions, because they end up being that thing that continues that connection for you, because that's what you're accessing, all those beautiful memories, right? Don't, as we were saying earlier, don't avoid it. Don't procrastinate, and don't keep pushing it down. Let it come out. in a safe place. Let it come out. Don't let it torture you. Because I guarantee you this. Sorry. I guarantee you this. Whoever you are hurt at the loss of, that person would never want you to suffer. Never want you to be sad. Never want you to stop living. Right? They would only ever want you to live your very best life. So, remember, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Remember that, my friends. Sorry, that was unexpected. Oh. Breathe. Alrighty. Oh. All right. Moving on. Thank you, Indigo, and thank you, Bronx. Thank you, Flowing. You guys are all so kind. I love you all so very much. Yes, it has been a bit that way for me as well, Indigo. A little all over the place. Absolutely, Linda, we do. We take things for granted and we don't realize how important it is until it's gone. You know, with that whole, like, you know, oh, I'll call tomorrow kind of thing. Just remember that they're always part of you and they're always with you in your heart and memory. Absolutely. And that's actually my whole point, Linda, that I wasn't allowing myself to access my memories or my heart because my heart was broken because of what was done to my mother and what was done to us. And so I couldn't think about anyone else. I wouldn't allow myself to. And it's only in the last 6 months that I was like, oh my gosh, like I have all these people. I have all these people that are there and that have my back and are watching out for me. And I forgot all about them because I was so hell-bent and focused on one thing. And why? Because I was holding on to it. Thank you, Miss Candy. Thank you, Flowing. Thank you to everybody. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I hope that you have a wonderful time with your family. I wish you nothing but the very best of the holidays. You are such a lovely, lovely, lovely person. And I so enjoyed you coming on the channel. Hopefully we can do it again soon. Many blessings to you, Sonia, as well as your family. So kind of, Sonia, to drop in. I really appreciate that. No one dies. We are spirit and we can't die. Spirit always is with you the minute that you think of them. Yeah, that's something that I'm just learning, Martha. Very true. What you just said. Thank you. I'm just sort of realizing that in the last 6 months to a year that since being in this community. Bronx says I've had a hard time dealing with 3 family members passing away. Then my cats all within 2 years. Then my father and cousins since COVID hit with a slew of coworkers. Good grief, Bronx. I'm so sorry. So sorry. That's an awful lot to deal with. Anna Banana says, I typed in a message and got an error code. I can't delete it, but I can't see it clearly either. I'm so sorry, Anna. Martha says, that's so true. Taking things for granted on the holidays are very hard after. For many, it's never the same, but we don't forget them. We honor them. If you want to know the truth, to that statement, to that point, I think that I love Christmas, and normally I haven't really had a tough time at Christmas, which is odd, but I didn't allow myself to. It was the one bit of joy that I did allow myself, right? I did allow myself to have that joy. Happily. I wondered to myself, though, if because I am allowing myself to access those feelings, and I am feeling so much more than I ever was before because I wouldn't allow myself to for fear that, the gates would open and God knows what might happen to me. I was letting my fear and my anxiety dictate my actions and how I would be. And this year I'm trying really hard not to do that. And I wonder if that's why I'm so weebly wobbly, is because I am feeling everything pretty much for the first time in the last 10 years. I hear you, Indigo. I hear you. In a lot of ways, our fur babies are more in tune to us than, close friends or maybe even some family members. I hear that. And I'm very sorry for the fact that you feel that way about your fur baby, in terms of it, like it still affects you. Excuse me. Martha says, I hope I haven't triggered you. No, my love, never. No, absolutely not. Anna says that is something that is hard to remember in the moment. Yeah. Anna says I usually shut it out. Yesterday was the first time I allowed myself to be in the moment, not shut down. Good for you. I mean, listen, I think it's like one of the bravest things that I've ever had to do in my life. Like way harder than dealing with my mother's death or my father's death or my grandmother's or my grandfather's, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, is dealing with this. Allowing myself to feel it and not fear it. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. It's a hard time. Ask for a sign, Kelly, and I promise you will get it. Ask for something hard so you know when you see it that it wasn't a coincidence in your head. 100%. And thank you for saying that, Martha. I appreciate that. Real quick, I want to say this. So I've talked about this before. I think it's a funny story. So y'all have heard me talk about 11/11. Some of you have been in here on the chat when it's 11/11, and I say, thank you, Mommy, I love you. So about 2 weeks before my grandmother passed, back in like 2005, I started seeing 11/11 or 1/11, and I was like, that's weird. Why is this happening? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Move on. So I say to my mom when my grandmother dies, and I get the phone call at 1:15 that, Mom, check what time. And she's like, we have other things more important to do than worry about what time she actually passed. And I'm like, okay, sorry. And which was kind of funny in the moment if you knew the truth. So anyways, many years later, I'm still going on. I'm still seeing 11/11, but it's not all the time. It's just, I see it for a couple of days and I don't see it for a couple of months. And then boom, it pops up again. And it was just like, what? I don't get it. I'm at my mom's. We're visiting. My mom and I went for a walk, and I don't know why, but in my mom's neighborhood, they all like sit out in their garages. It's like nobody sits in the backyard. It's just random. Anyway, we're coming back from a walk. It's about like 7:30 at night, summertime. We're walking along, and two of my mom's neighbors are sitting in the garage, and it's decked out like a room. It's crazy. Anyway, come over. So we go, we sit down. They, start talking. There's a few brewskis happening. I don't drink, but anyways, one of the ladies says that she sees 11/11. And all of a sudden, my mom is a believer. I mean, if she is a believer, she's like, oh my gosh, my daughter sees it too. Honey, tell them about your 11/11. It was the funniest thing ever, you guys. Okay, so fine. Tell the lady my story. So now I'm convinced that there's something to it. She was the first person I ever heard that has an 11/11 of, that's seen it as well as me. So I look it up on the internet and I don't know, it said my window of opportunity is opening. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that means, but okay, it's positive, right? When my mom was in the hospital. I would drive to the hospital and I would be like, it wouldn't matter who I was with. It was like 9/11, 4/11, 3/11, 2/11, 1/11. I was like yelling it out. My family was like, we get it. Okay. Last year in June, I had a reading with someone that my sister's friend recommended. No one in this community. And we got all the way to the end of the reading. And she said, your mom is making me feel like I need to do this. Like, she's pointing at you. And she said, when you see 1111, stop doubting it. You know it's me. I almost fell off my effing chair. I almost fell off my effing chair. And I was like, what? So whenever I see 1111, and I realize that this is not the sign that you were speaking of, Martha, but this, when I see it now, I feel like that is a direct communication from my mom. Whether it is or it isn't, I don't know, nor do I care. I will always think it is from her. It's kind of like our little joke now. And so anyway, so whenever I see 1111, I always say, thank you, Mommy. I love you. I miss you. And thank you for thinking of me. So I just think that's really cool. But anyways, yes, that's a very good idea. And I will most definitely ask her for a sign. Yes, Chloe, we can get through this together. Absolutely. That's the whole point. Linda says we all need to bring more joy into our lives. Do we not? Do we not, my friend? Sin says, what has helped me is learning to at least try to be objective observer, feel the feeling, but watch yourself and note what you feel. Yeah. I've had a really, really tough time with that, Sin. I don't feel. I'm just like, I don't feel anything. But I'm working on it, my love. I am working on it. Oh, Lilu, that's so sweet. I love that. Mama's around you, Kelly, and that's why you did Christmas. Think about it. 100%. It's all connected, though. So sweet. Big respect to you, Kelly. You're brave to allow yourself to feel inspiring. Thank you, Talicia. I love you right back. I really, really do. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome. I'm sorry it took me so long to acknowledge you, but I appreciate you being here. Martha. Suzanne. Actually, not Martha. Suzanne. Martha was doing some trivia earlier. We got our 2 team captains. Woo, woo. I love it. Sin says 111 or 1111 is the angelic presence. You know what's really cool about the 1111 thing? So now my oldest niece sees 1111 all the time, and so she'll text me and show me like Auntie Kelly, whatever. So now it's a thing. And if you will allow me to just add one more little bit to that 1111 thing. So when part of my issue with my mother. Oh, friends, I need a cigarette for this. Sorry. I'm like, oh, so when my mother passed away, she was cremated and put in an urn for 2, which we will not discuss because I'm still having a little bit of trouble to let that one go. But she was put in an urn for 2, and so she sat on the shelf at the funeral home for 9.5 years. So she was never put where she wanted to be. Her last and only wish that she ever said out loud was not carried out. And so we were able to finally get her ashes this past summer, and in July we had a lovely service and got to put her where she has to be put. And it was beautiful. And I wrote, something to say. I'm not going to read it to you in its entirety because, it is personal, but I do want to get the number right. So bear with me here just a moment while I open up my phone. So one of the things that I continued to do throughout my message was I said how long we have waited. And I'm not really entirely sure why I did it. I have no idea what possessed me to put that in my speech. Or whatever you want to call it. So in the beginning of it, I said 3,393 days you have waited, right? I'll probably miss all of the points, but bear with me. Bear with me, my friends. 111 months. 111 months. We waited. She waited. That is not a coincidence. 111 months. And in the final part of my speech, I say, thank you for the 1111 and 111 messages. Last night, when you sent me the 111 message, as I was finalizing this speech, it was my confirmation that you were with me, watching over me, supporting me. How cool is that? That's what 11 means to me right now. According to my screen, there's 11 people in the chat. Awesome. All right. My dear, your daughter I'm so sorry, Martha. I always believe flowing. Always believe, my dear. And thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Message from Guardian Angels too as well. But yes, I understand that is your mom. Yep. Oh, they actually canceled his appointment an hour prior to that. Thank you for asking, Suzanne. That's very kind of you. That is how I've been for a while now. I don't feel most of the time. The only feeling I readily let loose is anger. Yeah. Maybe that's why it was so hard for you, Kelly. The circumstances, that's unusual. So maybe it caused the anxiety. There are no coincidences. Yep. 100%, Martha. Yeah. I see 1111 all the time. I believe it was Sunday when I was here that we were in the chat, and I looked at the clock and it was 11:11, and I said, "Thank you, Mommy. I love you and I miss you." Yeah. 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 11:11 is I don't know. It's just it's one of those things that if you try to figure it out, the more you try to figure it out, the less sense that it makes. And I just feel this way. I don't, if I was telling anyone, I don't mean the people in this community, because people in this community, understand these types of things. If I say it to anyone, I don't really care what they think. I don't care if they believe me, if they don't believe me. I'm just like, you know what? I feel it helps me, and that's all I care about. So, yes. I have, it's hard to explain. I have felt my mother, but not like I feel like she's with me, if that makes sense, but I've not felt her with me. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So it is, ouch. Sorry, guys. I just hit my arm on the desk and that probably made a big bang. It is a master number for sure when it comes to numerology, but it's also like one of the angel numbers, and I don't really understand all of it. I wish I could find a numerologist within this community that would come on and talk to us about it, because I'm fascinated by it. Sorry for smoking, but woohoo! Anyways, I didn't mean to get so sidetracked, but that's my 1111 story. And Christmas Day was my grandmother's birthday. And so Christmas has always been a very big deal in my house. It's always been a very special time. And this year I'm feeling it way more than I have in the past. I have to be honest. So thank you. I will call it my own. Yeah. You know what is really interesting about that, Martha? I've only ever asked, like, I've said to my mom in the past, like, Mommy, I really need your help, really use the extra, like, just knowing that you're with me, like, if I went on a job interview, like that kind of a thing. But I've never asked her for a sign until the last couple of months. I've started to ask her for signs, and her other thing with me is pennies, or dimes, and the whole penny thing, that's a long story, but she did leave me a dime around her birthday, so that was lovely. But right now, I always tend to believe that she's with my sister and my nieces, because it's Christmas, and I mean, not that she's not with me and not with all of us, but I think that she's more concentrated on them, and that's where I want her to be right now. From the soul's journey, we have a regret. Yeah. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. I'm telling you, these cards are speaking to me. It's like you guys are watching me pull cards for myself. So sorry. Oh, that's beautiful. I know that I cannot change the past. You see, this right here, that, I think I mixed these two up. If I was being honest with y'all, I mixed these two up, and I can't be the only one that's done that. I didn't know what was regret and what was grief. Truly. Didn't know which one was which. I think, and I am not an expert. This is the life of my life, right? I have held on to so much stuff and let it fester inside me, whether I meant to or I didn't mean to. This is what did it to me, not this. This is what did it to me. This is what did it to me. That is why the conversations that you have with your journal, the conversations that you have perhaps in the mirror, the meditation, all of those types of things, the inner child work that Ron was talking about yesterday, all of those types of tools, those are the ones that we need to understand, to implement, right? To allow them to help us release some of this or both of these. Because the only way you're going to get to what Suzanne is saying and what Sin is saying, and what you've probably all said at some point or another so far in this chat, is that when you are not aware, when someone just says, oh, just let it go, you just need to release, you need to relax, you just need to let it go. Well, that's great. How? I've been holding on to this for so hard and so locked in that I have no idea how to let it go. And I'm not trying to like everyone check out my channel or something like that. I'm just saying, so I've told this many times. I was watching Heart and Soul Connected with Allie, and Scott, Spiritual Essence, was on there, Scott Allen. And I asked the question, how do you forgive? Like, it's great to tell me to forgive. I know what it is. I don't know how to do it because I assumed, and this is just, for my brain talking, I assumed that if I knew how, I would have done it already, if that makes sense. But I didn't know how. And so he gave me some ideas. And then Allie had done a show just prior to that where she talked about rituals and ceremonies. You coming, baby? Come. You want to come and say hi to everybody, all the peoples? Yes, come and say hello. You want to come? He was on the desk earlier. Quincy wants to say hello. Say hi. They can't see you. Oh, there they can see you. Say hello, everybody. No, not on the desk, sweetheart. Not on the desk. Come and sit with mommy over here this way. Turn this way. Yes. Oh, yes. 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 Such a good boy. He wants on the desk with the cards. So anyways, my point was, once I had those two things, the help from Scott and from Allie with the shows that they had done, I sort of sat and I let it marinate for a hot minute, right? I thought about it, like, how do I do this? And one of the things that Scott said, which made the most sense to me, like, for whatever reason, I heard it. Like, I heard it and it stopped me. He said, it can't be just words. Now, I know that sounds pretty simple. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. So sorry. I'm not paying all my attention to you, am I? I'm such a bad mommy, aren't I? No. I think that was my problem, is that I was just saying it. Like, I want to forgive. I want to let this go. But I had no idea how. So I really listened to what Scott said, and I thought about it. And I thought, okay, how can I do this? I've got so many tips and so many tools in my toolbox. I'm going to pull some out. I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot, right? And so I wrote a letter to my dad and a letter to my stepfather. The way that I held myself accountable, which many people I'm sure might not have understood, was I scheduled this live. It was part of something that I promised myself I was going to do on this channel, because if there's ever any message or any experience that I'm going to share with you, that has got to be the most significant thing that I have done so far in 9 3/4 years to help myself. And I set it out by my fire pit, and I had a bunch of people there to support me, which I needed. And I read some of my letters, and then I burned them. And I can honestly tell you that I felt like a different person when that was over. Just a little piece, just a little tip broke off. I felt like a new person just from that little bit. Just from that little tiny piece breaking off, I felt like a brand new human being. Such a beautiful thing. And I wish for everyone to have that experience, that feeling of instant relief and instant release. It was truly, it was beyond words. It was beyond words. Good night, Indigo. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you sleep well and you have sweet dreams. Blessings to you. Thank you so much. So yeah, forgiveness is important as long as you know how. You have to listen to your heart and you have to listen to your head when you're ready. Don't try to do too much. Don't push it. Don't force it. But one of the things that made a difference for me was not just saying it. I actually put an action, like I tied the words and the action together, if you know what I mean. And that felt like it was significant or more significant, if that does that make sense? So that's a good point, Martha. Good point. Yeah, it was the beginning of finding my power, 100%. Martha says, like, I hated my sister and she died and I was a bitch and I was jealous. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Sin. I don't believe that you're a chicken at all, my love. You are here and you're sharing. That takes courage. It's not easy to sit in the chat and say things. But I get where you're coming from. But I appreciate you sharing for sure. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah. It was you know what I think was probably one of the most interesting things about that forgiveness ceremony is that, and I also believe this, and I don't know how to explain this one, but it's like somehow I knew I was ready, even though I didn't know I was ready. I know, profound, right? And I can't really articulate that any better. It's like it was time. I knew it was time. If that makes any sense. Like something just inside me just told me it's time. Like, you've got to do this now. You've got to do something. That was kind of the energy that I felt. Like, you must do something. I don't know what to do, but you need to do something. And so anyways, that is what I did. And I instantly felt a release. I instantly felt it. And so if anyone is having any kind of, if you're holding on to these two guys right here, I'm not saying do what I did. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, maybe have a conversation with yourself and ask yourself if you're ready to allow yourself to have that kind of powerful release. Maybe put an action towards it rather than just saying it, and it might feel more impactful. It might feel more powerful, right? I mean, I want everyone to feel what I felt that in that moment, because it was, I mean, it was this much, and it lasted for like a half of a second, but it felt like it changed my life. So I want everyone to experience that if they are in the position to have to do that. Yeah, if you didn't cause it, then it's not yours to forgive. Chill inside and love, let God same way. Yep. I still have memory surface, and I release those to God's hands. If it is something repetitive, I ponder why it came back. I figured out very quickly and release it. I mean, that's fantastic, Suzanne, and I'm thrilled that you can do that. I'm just not in a position to. I don't really know if that makes sense, but I don't know how to let it go. Like, that's my problem, right? And some of it I wasn't even realizing I was holding on to, if I was being perfectly honest. And since, the service that we did for my mom in the summertime, and then the forgiveness ceremony that I've done, and other things that have happened, my sister and I have spoken on quite a few occasions, and said, like, this isn't from just now. Like, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but something that I did my whole life, because I was taught to do this, was constantly push everything down, push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down. I never dealt with anything. I just kept going. One of my mom's favorite things to say was, and I've said it many, many times, I don't want to ever say anything that is, in any way detrimental or derogatory towards my parents. That is not what I'm trying to say. I had lovely parents who loved me very much, but I was taught, never let them see you sweat. So never said anything, right? Yeah, Martha is absolutely 100%. Yeah. Yeah, and Suzanne, absolutely, that's an excellent point. Healing takes time, and it doesn't occur on our time schedule. That's a very good point as well, Linda, that as humans, we cannot unlearn things. They are always in our memory somewhere. Yeah. I wish I could open up more to my guides, so that I had, like, I always feel like I'm missing the point. You know what I mean? Like I know that stuff is happening, but I'm missing the point, if that makes sense. But I think that just is going to come in time. The harder, the longer and harder and more consistent that I work on myself, and relieve the regret and the other things that I'm holding on to. I'm just going to open up, as Martha and has said, as well as you, Suzanne. Right? Yeah. I'm a work in progress. What can I say, my friends? All right. We shall move on. What card should we pull? Let's pull a card. Color card. I can't speak. Sorry. So I do apologize for getting slightly sidetracked there, but it is important to mention these things. Yes, that is it. Well, we are all grateful that you are back. Why don't you come in here, Calmer? Thank you, Martha. That's very kind of you to say. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that. And Linda, yeah, you're right. The only thing we can change now is how we react to those memories. Whoops. Are we not all a work in progress, my friend? We are all a work in progress. So, just while I have you guys all here, I do want to say this again. I do apologize for not coming on last night. Just having a bit of a moment, I'm going to call it. But I'm fine, right? I'm not running out into traffic or anything crazy like that, so I don't want anyone to be worried about me. But I do want to say that I'm going to have to take some care of myself, and so I think I'm not going to stick to the scheduled chat oracles, but I will come on and do this. Like I'll just sort of pop up periodically. We'll get all these shows in the series out of the way, because they're a lot and they're all over the place, and that will allow me just to focus on what I need to focus on. And then when we get to the new year, we'll get some sort of a schedule happening. Mark, you have to turn that off if you come in here. Well, no, because they'll hear an echo. Come on in. Come.
It's off.
Okay. Here, sit. Turn around.
Someone answer, do I have to be presentable?
Really?
I'm geriatric, man.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. She's taking up all the real estate here.
Sorry, yeah, my chair's taking up all the real estate. So this is my husband. This is Mark, otherwise known as Kelmar in the chat, and he was at his volunteer. He volunteers for a local hockey club here to help the little kiddos out. So he's just come home from doing that, and we're happy that he's here. This is my rock star husband, who has put up with my nonsense, and here's my baby boy Austin, who's just shown up, who's not a baby anymore. He is an 18-pound ball of fur who's coming to see daddy. Yeah, so Kelmar is half Kelly and half Mark. So this is Austin. Look up, baby. Look. Say hello, everybody. My name is Austin. My parents call me Awesome Austin. So he's known as Double A. Double A.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Sam.
Can you see okay?
I think so.
I don't know if they can see you, but Here, we can adjust.
No, that's all right.
Bear with me, folks, for one moment.
You're the star of the show.
I'm not a star. Okay.
I'm just
Hold on, people. Hold on.
All right,
Can you see better?
I can tuck down.
Like, we're getting a whole family photo taken here. Check it out. Hi, baby. Do
Thank you, Martha.
You want to say hi to the peoples?
I do my best.
Do you want to say hi to the peoples? Somebody is excited that Daddy's home. Oh, wait for this. Okay, watch. Ready? I love you. Do you love Mommy? I love you too. Do you love Mommy? I love you too. I love you too, buddy.
Does Mommy suck?
Do you love Mommy? Are you my bestest friend? Austin. One of the things that Austin doesn't like to do is listen to Mommy sing. That is not a good idea. If I sing, he literally leaves the room. He loves his daddy. He loves his daddy. All right, Mommy's got to get back to work, folks. Would like to see a whole dozen cats, so would I, but then I'd have to get divorced. So three's the limit. Three's the limit, friends.
Yes, 3 is actually.
3 is actually one too many.
Yes.
Martha wants to know. Yeah, as it turns out. Martha would like to know how was hockey.
Hockey was awesome.
Hockey was awesome.
Hockey was awesome. Just practice night, but
When is your next
we
game?
have a this weekend. This weekend's going to be a busy week.
Woohoo!
We are doing a toy drive with the local Canadian Tire here, and which is a big sporting goods store for those of you that don't know, up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have some toy drive stuff. We were doing some toy drive stuff with the players, and
Nice.
then we have 2 games on the weekend.
Excellent.
Well, I don't like the Boston Bruins because they take the Leafs out every year, but
No, he's Toronto Maple Leaf guy all day long. All day long. He's so funny. I love you. Come kiss. Come kiss. Do you know what he does? I ask for a kiss and he bites my nose. Little
he
bugger.
doesn't do it to Daddy though.
No, he doesn't do it to Daddy. He only does it to Mommy.
Sorry.
All right.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
5 minutes of fame's over.
Yep. I gotta finish up.
All right, finish up.
Be gone.
I can sit here.
Can you put some water on for me?
I'll go.
Thank you.
See, that's it. We're cast away, bud. Just like that.
All right.
Wow. I'm in the chat. Anyway, what's an autograph?
Mark's in the chat if anyone wants an autograph, is what he's saying. It's too funny.
Oh.
Hello? Really?
No.
Nope. Thank you. You gonna go with Daddy?
Hold on.
Go with Daddy. Good boy. Sorry about that, folks. All right. I pulled a color card, and we have white. What a gorgeous card that is. White. Lighten up. Right? And I think that's what we just did. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome Austin. He's 8. He's 8 years old. Thank you, Flying. Thank you, you guys. You were all so kind. Thank you so much. Mark and I have been married for 17 years. And when he met me, I was a dispatcher, and he liked my voice. So we have been going out, or we met in 1998. So that's how long we've been together, but married for 17 years. All right, so we have from the Zodiac Moon pile, we have, or not pile, deck, we have Moon in Aquarius, Free Spirit. I love the image in this card, you know, just the feeling, the thought of you standing on the ground, looking up at the moon or the sky or the trees, you know, spreading your arms and just breathing, just soaking it all in. It's such an uplifting and powerful image in my mind. Message on the top there says, your inner wild child awakens. Your inner wild child awakens. Your inner wild child awakens. That's an interesting message, is it not, my friends? It does, right, Suzanne? It kind of makes me feel that way too. Oh, thank you, Martha. Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying, you know, sorry that I got sidetracked there. That's all. You know, one of the very best things about my relationship with my husband, I think, is probably not something that a lot of people would say, but one of the very best things about our relationship is that, you know, we have always been able to talk to each other, and I love that. I've referred to him many times as my therapist, and I don't mean just to tell my problems to, but, you know, an ideal weekend at our house. By the way, check out what I did on Sunday. So I got up and I just felt inspired, and I don't know, I could probably tell you and not be lying to you, it's probably been at least 4 or 5 years since I've done this. That's a long time. And I got up on Sunday and I made Mark's coffee and I started breakfast, and we didn't have any eggs in the house, but I made pancakes and bacon and hash browns, and we had orange juice, and we just sat and we ate our breakfast and we chatted, and it was lovely. And I'm very lucky, and I'm very blessed, and it was a great moment. All right, my dear. Thank you so much, Martha. Have yourself a wonderful night. Sweet dreams to you, my friend. I hope you sleep well, and I hope we see you again soon. Many blessings to you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, you saw the Leafs in Calgary on one of your birthdays? Very cool. It is very important in a relationship flowing. Yeah, Mark's met a lot of the old Leafs. When I say old, I don't mean old in age. I mean older in past years. Thank you so much, Martha. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Whoops. All right. I didn't even shuffle that. I'll take another one too. That one just kind of fell out because I don't know how to shuffle this deck. Mark was like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, bigger hands. So I could shuffle the cards more better. More better. Good. I would like a dictionary too, so I could learn proper English. So this is interesting that this card fell out. We have perfectionist. Something that I think that we were, I don't know that we were speaking about it, but we were alluding to earlier. Your standard, keep your standards high and honorable, but let go of the need to be perfect. Right? When you have anxiety and you try so hard to stay in front of your fears, you want to try to map everything out. But then at the same time, I can't overplan something, because if I overplan it, my fears will increase. So it's a very fine line that I walk between, allowing my fear to control what I'm doing or just doing it. So that's a really interesting card, right? Keep your standards high and honorable, but let go of the need to be perfect. And I'm sorry, I do apologize. I'm not sure who said it, but someone alluded to that fact also in the chat. Many of you did. That same kind of concept, right? When we were talking about letting things go. The next card that we have is Reach for the Stars. Reach for the stars. It's a beautiful image on that card. You have barely scratched the surface. Oh, barely scratched the surface. You have unlimited potential, and you are getting ready to experience this firsthand. That is awesome. Love it. All right, my friends. We haven't asked a trivia question in a while. Let me see if I can find one before we pop off here. I love the night sky as well, flowing. It is my favorite. Whoa, that one flew out. And my friends, when I show you what card flew out, you are going to love it. So this card just flung right out of the deck, my friends. Happiness. Look at the image on that. Look at it. It's just stunning. Beautiful colors, dolphins swimming. Love it. Gorgeous. Message is, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Very interesting. Good night, Sin. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you sleep well, and I hope that you have sweet dreams. And it is a very good note and good card to leave on, my friend. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Blessings to you always. All right. Here we go, my friends. Here we go. What singer, so what singer has had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? What female, well, I just said female singer. I didn't tell you that part, but it's a female, so now you're probably all going to guess it. What female singer has had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? That's excellent. I love that, Suzanne. We are exactly where we need to be this moment. That is a lovely way to put it. What singer has had a #1 Billboard hit in each of the last 4 decades? From the Archangel Animal deck, we have Wolf. Be independent, but work together. Which is exactly, my friends, what we are all doing here. Being independent, but working together. Love it. It is Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey. Sorry. Reminders are flying across my computer. All right, let us see here. This is interesting. We're just going to do a couple more, and then we're going to call it a night because my supper's cooking. Sheryl Crow. Her big break came as a backup singer for who? Sheryl Crow's big break came as she was a backup singer for who? Even if you only feel happy for 10 minutes one day, it will be 30 minutes the next, and keeping Christian. Yes, I believe that. Very good point, Linda. Thank you. Sheryl Crow got her big break as a backup singer for who? It is someone who's past flowing, but they didn't have blonde hair. So you get part marks, my friend. Part marks. We have Moon in Virgo, contentment. The chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. The chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. Love it. It is Michael Jackson, which surprised me. I did not know that. It was Michael Jackson that Sheryl Crow was a backup singer for, and that is where she got her big break. Michael Jackson. From the secret language of flowers, we have Tiger Lily, security. Choose the safe harbor for now. Choose the safe harbor for now. You guys are my safe harbor. 150%. You are my safe harbor. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that. About Sheryl Crow, I mean. Wow. From the mini chakra love deck, we have security. From the root chakra, to feel more secure, deepen your connection with nature. Those are some interesting cards that we've gotten here in the last few moments, right? So we got, we had Moon in Aquarius, free spirit, right? Your inner wild child awakens. Then we got the happiness card, right? I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Our next card out was Wolf. Be independent, but work together. Then we got Reach for the Stars. You have barely scratched the surface. You have unlimited potential, and we are getting ready to experience this firsthand, right? Then we had Perfectionist, or I think I just reversed that order, but you know what I mean. Keep your standards high and honorable, but let go of the need to be perfect. So those all speak to like working, but not like actual physical work, but like working on you know, moving it forward, releasing it, letting it go, all those things that we were talking about before, right? The forgiveness, the grief, the regrets, right? Letting it go, working on it. Then we got contentment, right? The chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. So, you know, if you're content, guess what? Your stress goes down tenfold. Then we got Tiger Lily, security. Choose the safe harbor for now, right? I think that is a message that I personally need to remind myself, because I want, like, I got a taste of it. I got a taste of how good I felt, and I want it to keep going. But it's not realistic to assume that I'm just going to, like, you know, the floodgates are going to open and it's just going to be like, blah, 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 and then I'm going to be fine. It's not realistic. You know, you have to put one step in front of the other, and this is hard work, and it could take a long time, and I need to be okay with that. I need to be content, right? And trust myself to go at my own pace, right? Listen to myself to go at my own pace, to know when it's okay to push and when it's okay to take a step back, right? And then we have security. To feel more secure, deepen your connection with nature. So maybe, you know, maybe I need to go outside. Maybe you would all like to come for a walk with me, so I could show you the snow and the freezing cold, and you don't have to actually be in it. Interesting cards this evening we are getting, my friends. Interesting cards. When it says, love Tiger Lily, yes, beautiful, right? Suzanne says, every morning before I get out of bed, I choose happiness. Good for you, Suzanne. That's a lovely way to start your day. Absolutely. We are in control of our happiness, I believe. I believe that too. Linda says 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. It can feel like that 100%. It can feel like that. But I think that that's when you have to be conscious to recognize that, it's like when you're on a diet and you lose the first few pounds and then the next week you don't lose any, or maybe you even gained one. It doesn't mean that you've lessened the work. You just have to be patient. Miracles don't happen like overnight, right? And I think I personally have issue with that. Like, I personally have issue with accepting that the change is going to happen when it's ready, not necessarily when I want it to happen, right? But flowing is right in that comment. Nature does not disappoint. I know that if I got out there and I started doing my walks again, where I did that therapeutic talking to myself, that it really assisted me, and I know that it would be hugely beneficial. But of course, hey, why go outside? It's cold. I'll stay inside. But I need to start doing that again. So it's a good point, Sloan. Thank you. Suzanne said, bumps in the road of life. Life is not supposed to be easy, is it? No, this adulting thing is not fun sometimes. But then other times it's so filled with joy. Whoops. Awesome. Did you all see that? I just put like 98 cards across my desk here. Linda says you have to pace yourself. Absolutely. And it is an adventure. Yeah. It absolutely is, my friend. All right, let us pull a color card. We get this card all the time. There are other cards in this deck, I promise you. We have Cherry. Live an extraordinary life. I mean, if ever there is a message that has been trying to get through to us, it is that we are a chatty bunch of people, and that we have, we're supposed to live an extraordinary life. We get that message all the time. All right, I'm going to pull a soul's journey. I'm going to pull one of each. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start from top to bottom. Well, I give you one more trivia question. We're going to pull one from each deck of cards, and then we're going to wrap it up for the evening. All right, so here is the trivia question for the last one for today. What Hollywood star was arrested for shoplifting from Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills? What Hollywood star was arrested for shoplifting from Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills? Whoops. What Hollywood star was arrested for shoplifting at Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills? Surprisingly, Suzanne, it is not that star. Because if I was sitting where you were sitting, that's the first person I think I would have thought of. Flowing is correct. It is Winona Ryder. Way to go, Flowing. Awesome. All right. We have Balancing Act. I love the image on this card. Yeah, Winona Ryder. Balancing Act. Message is, you may be putting all of your time and energy into one area and neglecting other areas that need your immediate attention. Hello. Balancing Act. Everything that we're speaking about in the last few minutes, right? To find that happy balance. Yeah, Winona Ryder. Now, I do believe that was, that isn't like necessarily recent. Winona Ryder. But yeah, I remember hearing about it when it happened. I don't know that I would know how to spell her name when Flowing if I didn't write it down from the internet. I have to be honest. All right. From Postcards from Spirit, we have Perseverance. Looks like a beautiful tile on the floor, does it not? Gorgeous. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And don't we all need to remember that? Don't we all need to remember the power that we hold within us? If we really, really, really try, if we really believe, right, in ourselves and our abilities. Balance can be a challenge with you, Suzanne. Yeah, it most definitely can for me as well. Oh, she's from your state, Linda? Interesting. Yeah, absolutely, Flying. Hope and believe. Don't ever give up. I have too many reasons to ever give up. You know, I have 2 amazing nieces and a beautiful sister that want to spend, you know, the holidays with me. So I can't give up. I mean, we all have things like that in our life, I would hope, right? Or your pets, you know, your pets need you, or whatever the case may be. You pulled a Revealing Light Oracle card for us. It came up resilience. Even during the darkest storm, there is illumination within. Be your own guiding light. Never give up. That's beautiful, Anna. And thank you for doing that. I appreciate that so much. Oh, Julie Garland is too? That's cool. Work in progress. Yes, Susanna, absolutely. We have Donkey from the Archangel Animal deck. Keep your heart open no matter what. My friends, keep your heart open no matter what. Beautiful. Keep your heart open. Just keep your heart open no matter what. Which is exactly what Anna Banana just got from the Revealing Light Oracle, right? Never give up. We can't. It's too important, right? We are too important. I don't know about you all, but I am sick of living like this. I deserve to live my very best life, and I am determined to get there. I am determined to get there. One way or the other, I will get there. Meaning whether it takes me, 6 minutes or it takes me 6 more years, I'll get there. That's a whole lot of oracles and a whole lot of chat, just FYI. I'm just saying. From the Zodiac moon, we have Eclipse in Capricorn, new direction. Reevaluate success. Right? And that's all I needed. I needed to come on here and pick myself up off the floor and stop feeling sorry for myself and be like, woe is me, right? The Christmas tree is up now, right? I'm going to decorate it when I'm done this. And, tomorrow is a new day, right? Tomorrow is a new day. And friends, just that I am saying tomorrow is a new day is a sign that things are okay. Because normally I wouldn't be like that. Normally I'd be laying around in my pajamas for 5 days straight going, oh. That's wonderful to hear, Anna Banana. And good for you, because it's not easy to do that. I'm proud of you. And I'm happy for you. Lovely when you wake up and you just feel good. From the secret language of color, we have turquoise. Awaken your empathy. Awaken your empathy. Talking and sharing is the best therapy, Linda, my friend. It absolutely is. We have African Violet. African Violet. Spirituality. It's time to connect with what you believe. I'm telling you, you can't make this crap up. And I'm saying crap because I wanted to say something else, and I say crap. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. Your second favorite color, Linda? From Shakalev, we have divinity. Recognize the divine in the mirror. And that is the crown chakra. Recognize the divine in the mirror. All right, my friends. Oh, your mom loved violets too? And Anna Banana says violet, not violent. Violet is her favorite color. I love it. All right, we will pull a guardian angel, and then we will move on to postcard with spirit as we close up another fine session of oracles and chat and trivia and sharing and caring and lifting each other up. As I say all the time, I would be lost without you guys. Thank you so much for all of your everything that you do, for your wonderful comments and your participation in the chat, for your support and your love for each other and for me. We are a phenomenal group of human beings, and I appreciate you so very much. Sorry, I'm not doing much shuffling. I just seem to be dropping. We will get a card, I promise. All right, we have a card that literally fell right out. We have trust. You are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. Yes, I love that. Thank you, Suzanne. All right, let me get my postcards from Spirit shuffled up here, my friends. So don't forget, everybody, like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, bell notification. And we wage a war against trolls. So anyways, I appreciate all of you, and I hope that I see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern with Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden. And then on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, we have Kathleen J. Lightworker doing some shadow work and talking to us about that. So I hope that you can all join me for that. Let us pull a postcard from Spirit. Hi, Marie. We're just getting ready to close up shop, but we do appreciate you popping in. We're just going to pull a card here, our postcard from Spirit. So I hope that you can listen to this message. Thank you so much for joining us. I was just reminding everybody that we have Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden coming tomorrow at 3 p.m. And then on Thursday, to talk about crystals. And then on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, we have Kathleen J. Lightworker coming to talk about shadow work. So hopefully you can join us for that. All right, my friends, let us pull a postcard from Spirit. There's our card. It says, Dearest you, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy. You act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go. Sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free. Loving you so much, always and forever. Awesome card. Awesome card. Awesome message. Tonight was so cool. It was so therapeutic. It was so supportive. It was so loving. It was so uplifting. It was awesome. Oh, thank you, Anna Banana. You're so kind. I appreciate that so much. I don't really know quite what to say. I feel so much joy right now. I'm so glad that I came on tonight because I wasn't sure if I was going to. I'm so glad that I did. You guys did exactly for me what I needed you to do, and that was, as you always do, you lifted me up and you supported me, and I so appreciate it. Thank you so very much. I don't really have anything else to report. I have nothing else to say. I'm going to go eat my dinner now, even though it's really late. And maybe I will continue to decorate my tree or put my holiday decorations up. So don't forget, tomorrow, 3 p.m. I know I've said it like a billion times. Nancy Jean's Garden, we're talking about crystals. 5 p.m. on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, we are talking to Kathleen J. Lightworker about shadow work. Please join us if you can. Not sure when I'm going to pop back with another oracles in chat, but I promise that the next time that you see me, I will be in the living room where we can see all the holiday decorations and the twinkly lights, and hopefully that will be a nice change of pace. Next week, before I let anybody go, just in case, we have the Nasty Women on at 6 p.m. on December 20th. So next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Nasty Women Tarot on. And on the 22nd at 6 p.m., which is Wednesday, we have Sophie from Bright Opal Tarot talking to us about using tarot cards to help with mindfulness. So both are going to be very good talks, very interesting. As well as the ones that are coming up for the remainder of this week. So please do join us. Thank you so much for your kindness towards my husband and meeting him. That was difficult for him to show his face. So I appreciate that very much. You guys, I love you very much. I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep and a great rest and sweet dreams, of course. And thank you so much. Just thank you. Thank you. I love you. Blessings to everybody. Bye for now.